This was a very emotional episode for me. I almost cried at the end. Like, when it comes to, like, family-oriented episodes or, like, moments in, like, movies and stuff, like the Coco movie, for example, at the ending, I just can't, like, hold myself and I have to cry because, like, those scenes are just, like, so heartwarming to my heart. And it's just like, it almost opens so much love wounds. So what happened in this episode is that Ellie starts to walk, and so as tradition, you have to get first shoes. So her very first shoes for walking. And so they go to the shoe store to find them, and they couldn't find like which shoes that Ellie wanted because Ellie just like kept on being, nah, I don't want this, with a pouty face since she cannot talk. And, like, the shoe scene was, like, funny because, like, Sora was, like, picking out the, athletic and, like, cool shoes. Masha was, like, going for, like, the, cute ones. And then when, like, Tsubasa found his pair, he was, like, saying, these are the ones for Princess. And it just, like, broke right there because Ellie was like, nah. But then, like, Ellie find the pair of shoes that she wanted to get, and it was going to be paid by an old woman. And the old woman decides to, who didn't pay for them yet, decides to give them to the girls, and said something about the lines that it was better this way, and then walks away. But later, Sora is just like, she couldn't really accept it because, like, the feelings of the woman really like took a toll on her, so they decided that they were going to go find the woman. And they also found out that Yo-Yo has finally made a gateway to go to Skyland with the mirror pad, which was she was going to tell them in like the first parts of the episode before they were like being really focused on seeing Ellie walk. But so they had a dinner with Agiha joining them, and it's basically like a kind of like a goodbye dinner or something like that because like Tsubasa and Sora were gonna go back to Skyland and Machia was gonna tag along with them since she didn't have school, and like and Yo-Yo knows that like the Undark Empire is still gonna go after Ellie anyway. And she knows that Machio can't follow because she has to go to school and she lives on Earth. But, like, Sora and Masha had their little moments of, like, talking to each other outside because, Agiha was snoring really loudly. Although this was just really a cover-up because she, like, wanted them to get outside and talk more to each other. And it worked. Good job, Agiha. She always knows how to get safe working. Mostly because she is a young adult, so she knows all the ropes and rounds and all that. But they still go on the decision to find the woman who gave the shoes. And they do eventually find her, and Tsubasa is stuck with, like, tricking Ellie. And when they find the woman, she, like, explains that she was going to give those shoes to her granddaughter. And that her family, and that the family of the granddaughter, they live in, like, overseas. Or they're going to be living overseas, and, like, the grandma could not follow them. And her granddaughter also started walking and everything. And she's like saying like on lines by how they'll be happy overseas, and she's like gonna be crying. That she doesn't like she should not cry about it and everything. But then Mashio and Sora both knowing that this is really wrong just to like keep your emotions back from your family members about like how you feel. They literally like tell their parts to the woman, and the woman does listen to them, but she doesn't think that it will work for her, and so she leaves. And then this is like one of like the best parts where like they do like okay, we have to get to the airport in time for like to get this person or that person, and just like have that moment airport scene happen. And they did it perfectly in this episode. They were able to get the woman to get to the airport in time, and also I could see that like when they were doing that, Peach Airlines did a collab with them, and they were in this episode. So I think that was like pointing out the collab. And so they were able to get to the airport, and the grandmother was able to give the shoes to her son and his wife to give to the daughter. And so they had that like moment, and I was like, when they got to that moment, I did cry. I literally cried like Sora and Masha were doing as they held hands with each other. They are a perfect friendship, and Yuri friendship, lesbian, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call their relationship. It's just perfect. In this moment, like, also it showed that because they both had the same feelings to make sure this woman gets to her family and gives those shoes to her granddaughter before they hopped it on a plane. There was no like Ramborg in this episode at all. So like you don't really like when it comes to like Pretty Cure seasons or like this season's like use the formula like the animes that use the formula like Pretty Cure does in general. They don't need to just like always have like that episode that I can see where like they're just like having to fight monsters back and forth and all that stuff. No, they don't. And this was an example in episode 13 that I really can say that I liked this episode a lot, and I'm hoping to see like any more episodes like this format in the future. Because I think they really did a good job in this episode with it, and even though that there was like some episodes in previous seasons where they have done it, but I say this one came out really well. So this episode really gives a thumbs up in my opinion to me. And so that is my review for episode 13 of Hirogaru Sky Pretty Cure. If you have any thoughts that you want me to tell you what was your favorite part in this episode, tell me in the comments. Anyways, this is Silla Chen signing out. Bye.